In the world of Monster Hunter, there's many mighty beasts. Powerful, strange, and outrageously effective at doing what they do. And what they do is deal death in like an animal way, where for them it's living normally, but for us, God, it's scary. But there is one question that must be answered. Which one is strongest? Welcome as we scientifically, factually, 100% provably correct prove the answer to that question. Ultimate Turf War!
Oh, sorry, it occurs you probably can't hear me. You are a bit far away.
You have limited seating. You sat in the middle of the couch.
Guys, sorry, that is awkward, isn't it, actually?
Like, I understand you don't want to be, like, anywhere physically close to me, but it just seems a bit rude.
Can you stop overfeeding my slime thing?
Well, I can't help it. I'm just trying to get all this stuff out of my pockets.
Stop feeding my slime thing, shut up, and listen.
There's many monsters, and most are good. So, we're gonna take pairs of these good monsters and find out which one would die. Because it got killed by the other, not of natural causes, old ages, or hunters.
Or changing its hair color.
Or changing its hair color. This is Ultimate Turf War.
After the resounding thrashing you got last time, are you ready?
Yeah, the resounding thrashing that I was in charge of. That's what you meant, right?
All I know is that in my heart, no matter what anyone else says, I, of course, am the ultimate mega champion Lord King winner, and I can just project that outwards.
You believe that about everything.
I do, and it makes everything very, very happy, and people are only sometimes concerned about me.
No, that's not true.
So today, our first matchup is suggested by Patron K, and it's a doozy. It's a big un. It's a big, big wah-wah.
A wah-wah-wee-wah?
I'm not great at doing like a hype comment. Like I would be so bad at talking.
Yeah, maybe don't call someone a big wah-wah.
I'd be so bad at doing a wrestling match. Like, oh, and it's the big wah-wah!
Actually, that sounds like it would be a move, isn't it? Oh, he's pulling off the big wah-wah up from the top rope. He's jumping with all of his wah-wah energy down onto his chest.
So, I'm not going to tell you the matchup yet, because I think the fairest way, of course, to do this is for us to not be able to choose who we represent, so there can't be bias. So, heads or tails?
Tails?
Tails, you say?
Yeah, I assume it's not a coin, but a description of the monster.
It's heads. You are representing...
I don't know that one.
Ahtal-Ka.
Oh, cool.
I am representing... Gogmazios. Yes, this legendary artwork is also quite the inspiration for today's beautiful brawl. But let's see who stands tall above all. And who will crawl?
Are you okay? Is somebody like have a gun to your head that's warning you if you stop rhyming, they'll kill you?
Would you like to go first in your opening statement, or would you like me to go first?
I want you to go first.
You want me to go first, coward?
Yeah, I'm scared.
All right, 1 minute on the clock, and we are off. All right, this classic Battle of the Titans. Although, should I say, only Battle of the Titans half the time, because the other half of the time, Gogmazios is about, 10 times larger than Ahtal-Ka, which, as we know in the animal kingdom, size makes right. The big thing is the big win. And that is irrefutable from the dawn of time all the way to today. But even ignoring that, Ahtal-Ka's main shenaniganry is her webs, her little silky webbies. And they might be thick and they might be strong. But what happens when you introduce fire to a web? The web disintegrates, it burns, it falls apart, and everything it's connected to. Ergo, a dousing of sticky flammable tar, then set on fire, would instantly dismantle Ahtal-Nesto, eliminating it from contention, which means it's Tiny Bug versus Giant Dragon, and I don't need to inform you the winner in that equation. Thank you, and good night.
I find it really hard to not refute anything you said in my opening statement that happens after your opening statement.
You can't do it,
Because you basically
man.
just said anything you've said for the next minute is meaningless until you've disabled the arguments I've just made.
Let's go! Boom!
Well, Ahtal-Ka is very smart, very ingenious, very capable of wielding tools and weaponry, which is very helpful. And you might be thinking, Gogmazios has a Dragonator in his back, so clearly he can handle a Dragonator, but how many Dragonators can he handle? Because Ahtal-Ka can throw a lot of them, and eventually your body's gonna have less tar than it is Dragonator. And not to mention, Ahtal-Nesto, just really big, really problematic, really, maybe he gets gunked up with tar, still gonna be there, still gonna be able to be swung around like a weapon. I bet you in an absolute emergency situation, Ahtal-Ka could literally attach enough silk to Ahtal-Nesto's tail while not engaged in mech format, to then swing it around as a weapon, which would absolutely be strong enough to beat up Gogmazios, no question. I think being as big as Gogmazios is potentially a negative, just because it'd be so easy to hit with every one of Ahtal-Ka's attacks, including the web, which we can have more discussions about later, how that could interact or not. I just think it does make him an easy target, which is a thing to consider. Oh, good, yeah, okay.
Okay, that was 1 second left. That was all right. It was nicely done. Nicely done. I hear what you're saying. I hate all of it, and you're wrong.
Right.
But it was nicely
Okay,
done.
thank you.
Okay, all right. And now we begin the battle of
They're
words.
fighting. They're fighting. They're
It's cool
attacking
if I
right
call
now.
it- if I call it a bird. You know, I was about to say, now we begin the tongue fight, but that's...
All right, I would like to begin the tongue fight by hearkening to our...
I think the context is heavily needed before that sentence could be unleashed on the world.
You don't want me to continue the tongue fight?
All right, 5 minutes on the clock. It's time to debate a lot.
I think that Gogmazios would struggle significantly with a ranged opponent, which is exactly what Ahtal-Ka is. It doesn't need to get up close.
Yes, but that is assuming that Ahtal-Ka has ammo. This is a neutral battleground, as is fair, which means there's not going to be a bajillion buried, hoarded Dragonators under the ground for her to throw like there is in her actual nest.
Well, it's too bad that there could be a Dragonator in the area
Yeah, she
already.
can maybe rip off the one on his back and throw it, but that's just the one. That's not like a Dragonator storm.
Any neutral Elder Dragon arena would theoretically be an Elder Dragon fighting area, which would theoretically have siege weaponry.
The thing is, both these creatures are specialized at breaking into fortresses and stealing/eating something.
Yeah.
You know, stealing in Ahtal-Ka's case, eating gunpowder in Gogmazios' case. Both are perfectly capable, at least Ahtal-Ka in Nesto form, of tanking various siege weaponry and taking big blows, bashing through walls. So Gogmazios is a tanky son of a bitch.
I do have to assume the concept of being able to take the Demolisher would mean that you're at least capable of taking some heat damage. And then secondarily, I do want to do the whole heat and silk interaction, because we actually have an example of that in Sunbreak, which is the whole Rakta-Kadaki thing.
It's not the same as Cathar's golden silken thread. There's no evidence it would have any kind of heat resistance property other than just it would get broken down and melted by extremely high heat, like most things
Well, even
do.
then, if that happens, you still have gold running through everything. It will cool down eventually somewhere and
It's not
harden.
literally gold. It's just golden in color.
Well,
It's still silk.
Why are you being so flowery about it then? You don't know. It's special silk. You think regular silk is that strong?
Special silk.
Regular silk's not that strong. It's her special golden silk.
Even if we wave away the heat, like making the silk untenable and making it fall apart, the sheer tar would gang muck all the joints. You can't work a pulley rope system if the entire system is just filled with
then
sticky tar.
I think we could change this up, because Ahtal-Ka, that's
Ahtal-Claw.
the new Nesto. Clearly strong, smart enough to use tools and come up with ways of using them. I think she would come up with a whole other way of fighting this creature. What do you call that thing that that hitmen use to assassinate people, where it's like a wire on a string and they choke people with it? Because she'll just do that. Do that to Gogmazios. Yeah, she's gonna garrote Gogmazios with golden silk.
Gonna garrote Gogmazios. See, that's you could say that, but for that to work, you would have to assume that Ahtal-Ka is stronger than Gogmazios, which just it just can't, like, physically it cannot be, especially on an exoskeleton creature that has no muscle fibers, right? Like,
she just needs to be stronger than his throat.
yeah, but he could just fall forward and she couldn't hold him up in the garrote. Because Ahtal-Nesto is big and impressive, of course it is. But the strength of Ahtal-Nesto, and therefore anything she's controlling, can only be as great as her pulling on the wire physically herself in the cockpit.
That actually, I disagree with heavily, because that's what pulleys and levers are for as a system, is they increase the actual strength produced by the concept.
Yeah, that's what lets her move it at all. But you're bonkers if you think Ahtal-Ka pulling on a pulley system is stronger than a creature naturally the size of Atalnesto.
I just think she needs time to prepare for this, because obviously Atalnesto is a very specific...
Oh, yeah, she needs Batman claws.
Well, yeah, exactly, because Atalnesto is a very specifically designed tool, right? Like, surely she would have a different one if she knew she needed to fight a big monster.
She needs the anti-Gogmazios suit.
Exactly, that's
the
exactly
suit,
what it is.
But now she needs the anti-Gogmazios
Precisely, you understand what I'm going for now. That's what the wheels are for. She uses the wheels to avoid all of the lasers and then just starts beating them with it.
Round 1, no prep time, sudden encounter. Round 2, Ahtal-Ka gets a day's notice and some time to work.
And 3 monster carcasses for materials.
3 monster carcasses to
Imagine
work.
an Atalnesto made of monster parts.
Oh my god. I mean, that would just be...
That'd be terrifying.
That would just be the equal dragon weapon.
That'd be a real praying mantis, actually.
I just don't think that Ahtal-Ka could MacGyver a way to do any meaningful damage to something as tanky as Gogmazios. Even ignoring his sheer bulk scales and all of that stuff, the huge thick layer of tar is so, like, absorbent to any kind of impact.
Well, I think the Dragonator is the direct counter to that, because if we're counting him as having a Dragonator to begin with, that means it's in play.
Yes, but if Ahtal-Ka is to successfully remove the Dragonator from his back...
I mean, alternatively, she could just try and drive it in further in. Like, why don't we do that?
That requires strength. That requires her to be strong enough to push a Dragonator.
Tools!
Tools don't just make her stronger.
All she needs to do is drop Atalnesto from above onto the Dragonator.
How is she gonna get Atalnesto above it?
Well, how does she get it out of the ground to begin with? She just needs to do that from an elevated position and then drop down.
That again would require her to have pre-set up the arena with a suspended Atalnesto.
And if there's ever anyone who would do it, it's Ahtal-Ka.
There's so many win conditions for Gogmazios here.
What if she just repeatedly does her big super move where she sets up the whole web trap and it just overwhelms him with web? Even if he is covered in hot tar, if you get enough web in there, it'll eventually gunk at the system.
What, Gogmazios in a giant golden cocoon?
Basically, yeah. I mean, like, what if she could control him like an Atalnesto with enough silk involved?
If this ends with puppet Gogmazios,
Ahtal-Ka could be controlling Gogmazios
Surprise!
as a
Next
weapon.
round, Fatalis versus Gogtar.
Adalmazios.
Adalmazios. Surprise, everybody.
I need an upgrade. Next round, Adaltalis versus White Fatalis. Old Fatalis.
Well, time is up. Only you guys in the comments can decide who was the most compelling combatant there. But there is other factors to consider, like, of course, the logical conclusion of anything like this. Who could draw their monster better in 2 whole minutes?
Is it you?
I mean, I'm hoping it is. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, God.
Oh, I think I missized that a little bit.
I've forgotten his face.
The eyes are like stalks,
Jesus.
right? Yeah, like come out like...
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Got like a little bug. Oh, God, I forgot how to shape things correctly for a moment there. That's not good for anyone.
I've made a surfboard.
Oh, no, not a surfboard.
So that's pretty cool. I hope you enjoy that.
I enjoy the concept of you making a surfboard, if that helps.
Thank you.
It's like that. And she's like, whoa.
There is sometimes a point at which you should not do this stuff, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I generally agree with that. I think we shouldn't do this stuff.
You got a minute left, so plenty of time.
Nowhere close. I'm not even remotely done the first part of the body face. And then it's like a more that, I think. It's like, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Colors and stuff, you know?
Alright. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay at all.
Man. It's
okay.
have made something very special here, and that's the important.
That is
thing.
important.
It's very You got 5 seconds.
Oh, that's not enough.
help.
I need to color. I need to color.
Well, time's up, Buttercup. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh my god. What happened?
Don't say what happened to me after presenting that.
I think I've presented the vaguely correct shape.
You presented the vaguely correct colors. I'll give you that.
Yours looks like an upskirt of Gogmazios.
Face when he's lifting his head and he's got like a little sad face.
What are those
through.
bottom bits? Did his butt cheeks fall off?
It's tar blobs on the
He
floor.
just looks really upset that they're there and they just keep coming off of him.
He's even got the Dragonator, you know, sticking out of his back. And he's,
Yeah, he looks like Gormagala on a bad diet.
well, at least mine doesn't have spatulas for arms.
Well, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on the arms, to be honest with you. I was running very low at that stage.
And the Pinocchio nose.
What nose? It doesn't even have a nose.
The middle black little line between the purple eyes just looks like an sticky out
Oh,
nose.
that was just that's a scar. It's been in through battle before.
Oh, yeah, that's a scar, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a scar. Yeah.
What happened to her mouth and mandibles?
She's sad. That's what the mouth is. It's a sad
Oh, she's
face.
sad.
That's what the
It's
face
just gone
is.
away.
Yeah. No, that's the face right there. It's a sad mouth. You can see it.
Her arms so white, especially at the bottom.
You try drawing this shape in this time.
Hey, Gogmazios is much harder. He's vague. He's just tar everywhere, man. I gave him a bit of purple because he's got some purple coloring. And I think
Yeah, you gave him some purple. I gave mine 3. Mine has 3 colors.
with that beautiful bit of artistry in mind, are you ready to drop some fire, Squire?
Oh God, no! I totally forgot about this.
That's what you get. Drop the beats.
Crazy dragon, I don't understand you old people and your ilk. I'm gonna fill your body with some golden silk. Your beefy head doesn't stand a chance in this pesto once it comes in contact with my nesto.
You don't have to do 4 lines, right?
That was 4 lines.
Oh, okay, 4 very long lines. It sounds like
slow.
aggressive poetry, which I know is technically rap, but it really does sound like aggressive poetry.
I mean, it's sort of hard to... Peeling back the veil here, there's not a beat playing right now.
How dare you? There is a beat in my head. That's what makes it so glorious. We have to imagine the beat.
It makes it so much more difficult to imagine.
The name is Gogmazios, and quite frankly, I'm very cross, because Ahtal-Ka, this'll be your loss. And by the way, I'm the boss.
All right, boss.
And you're fired.
Okay, it doesn't really affect this, though. This is a fight to the death.
Ahtal-Ka, you're fired, and I'm very tired.
Anything, you've just given me some more resources to kill you.
And I've sired 5 children.
Are those the lumps?
That's my children lumps.
Oh no, your Dragonator, it's turning into a microphone.
This is also the rap, by the way. The back and forth.
Yeah, this is the battle section.
Well, there you are, everybody. A glorious showdown twixt Gogmazios and Ahtal-Ka. For our second battle for the day, we're going to go completely random. I will be representing, and I'm using the poll results to do this one. With a 77, I'll be representing Crimson Fatalis.
I assume this is the popularity debate, right?
I'm so excited. You're gonna have to come up with a way to kill Crimson Fatalis.
All right, I'm gonna get old Fatalis.
And you with 100.
Just 100?
And 26
26?
will be representing in this battle against Crimson Fatalis, Arzuros.
Right, makes sense, yeah.
Would you like a moment to prepare, or are you good to get straight in this?
No, I'm good, yeah.
All right, your opening minute, if you please.
All right, theoretically, Crimson Fatalis, in order to sort of sustain its life, it would need a lot of diverse nutrients, a lot of diverse minerals and such. And so one of the things that it's likely to actually engage with, because it's very rich in nutrients, could possibly be honey. If there's one thing that will send an Arzuros into a frenzy quicker than anything else, it's if you have honey in your possession that you are not sharing. So what he's gonna do is, in his rage, like a mother of a baby, picking up a car to get it out of the way of their child, because it just matters that much to him, will pick up this Crimson Fatalis and grab him and start shaking him like a hunter until the honey comes out of him. And if it's inside of him, then he's gonna keep shaking, and he's gonna keep shaking, and nobody can handle shaking, no matter how big you are, no matter how old you are, or how draconic you are. You can't handle being shaken for that long. Your brain's gonna break, and then you'll die. So basically, my argument hinges upon the fact that Crimson Fatalis has honey, and that will make Arzuros very strong.
Thank you for that. It's duly noted. That's been taken into account. I'm gonna go on to mine now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say a couple words, and then I believe I will let the microphone fall onto the floor. Just making sure it's working. Check. Yeah, can everyone hear me in the back?
Yes.
Yeah, we good. Just loud. Yeah, it's all functional. All right.
So get off the stage.
Can Arzuros please be escorted out of the crowd? Thank you. It's not against the rules.
This is discrimination.
And here we go. It's Crimson Fatalis.
You said 2 words.
And I would like to forfeit the rest of my time, please.
All right, you heard that. He said he wants to forfeit. That means Arzuros wins.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Time out, all right? Out of battle, I really want Arzuros to somehow kill Crimson Fatalis. But back into the battle, this ain't looking good, Chief. Let us begin the debate.
All right.
I'll let you start.
Can you provide me any evidence of an Arzuros dying that wasn't caused by a hunter?
Yeah.
What is it?
I didn't say I was going to give it to you. I just said I could.
Well, I need to know what it is. Otherwise, I don't know that there's any proof. You could just be like
the Arzuros have been killed by the Curios, as proved by Bud Light Arzuros.
Ah, but that made him strong. Do you just call him Bud Light Arzuros?
Bud Light Arzuros. He's
I'm a light beer.
Actually, so.
Sorry, bear.
I'm trying to cut down on my honey, so I'm drinking Bud Light.
I'm drinking Bear Light. And so clearly,
it makes it stronger to start with, but then it kills him. So,
well, we don't see it kill him. We only see the hunters kill him.
I'm pretty sure on the legendary hunt that is the Curio and the Maxol,
right, yes,
dead.
yes.
One of the dead monster corpses is an Arzuros.
I can fully agree with that, but I don't think that there's any proof that the Curios are what killed it. They just happened to be there when it's dead.
All you wanted was a dead Arzuros that didn't involve a hunter, and that's...
Well, no, what I said is, do you have proof of an Arzuros dying to something that isn't a hunter? That's not proof of it dying to not a hunter. That's just proof that it's a dead Arzuros.
It's dead!
Correct.
So it must have died.
Correct.
And a hunter didn't do it.
You don't know that.
We do know that's the
You don't know
whole
that.
point. You're distracting me from the point that it's fucking Crimson. It is the second most powerful monster that exists.
I just think that the first thing we need to get through here is proving that Arzuros can be killed by a monster, because I think that there's no direct
show me
proof.
a dead Crimson Fatalis not caused by a hunter.
I didn't say that I had to kill Crimson Fatalis. I'm fighting for a stalemate here. If we're both immortal, we're both immortal.
I'm fighting for a stalemate. I might not be able to kill you, but have you considered Arzuros might be immortal?
I suppose the secondary question is, they could be invulnerable but not immortal, and then who will live longer? A young, spry Arzuros, or a Fatalis in the end of its life cycle?
A Crimson Fatalis isn't the end of its life cycle.
But it's not at the beginning.
I mean, technically, but also they live ridiculously long, as proven by Old Fatalis.
He lives ridiculously long. That doesn't mean their species does.
It's a weak-ass bear, man! Okay? It's
His
just
ass
a
is one of the
normal,
strongest
basic
parts about him.
monster.
How dare you?
Like, I'm loath to even mention anything, but a single meteor, and that's just a toasted bit of fur on the ground.
If you can hit him.
Oh yeah, the legendary agility of the Arzuros, known for its graceful dodges.
He just has such a diverse moveset. Think about it.
How's his resistance against steel melting breath?
I don't believe that's an element. Thank you.
How's that gonna go down? Taking a big burn from a Fatalis?
Well, if he doesn't get hit by it, it won't go down at all. Is the best part of it.
It kind of covers like a whole shade. So
yeah, but like he can just hide behind the bell. He's smart. Anything that can.
Oh yeah, he can hide behind the bell.
I mean, think about how smart he is. He senses that hunters have honey and then shakes them so that it will fall out of their pockets. It doesn't even relate to anything in nature. That's a hunter-specific interaction.
Look, even if he cheated and bribed someone to plant honey on this Fatalis before
that's not cheating.
This fight began, it's still not going to change anything.
I've not seen the rule that says
because
cannot put honey on your
is
opponent.
naturally hot enough to kill an Arzuros from proximity.
Well, not if he's got the honey weakening him down. That has such a layer of insulation, keeping the heat.
I don't think honey weakens. In fact, it would be evaporated honey.
That depends what kind of honey we're going for. Monster Hunter is a very, very vast universe.
Oh yes, with highly heat-resistant honey.
I propose to you that in Wilds, there will be a honeybee monster that creates extra powerful honey, and thus when Arzuros eats it, becomes extra powerful.
See, the thing is, I know that I'm fighting a battle that is 100%
lost.
Crimson Fatalis is to kind of just fall asleep and he would win. But
I think if he falls
know that
asleep, I would win.
I'm technically going to lose this because every comment is going to say, my vote goes to Arzuros. Because you're an idiot and people love that. So it's not
No,
really
I think they just agree with the idea that...
It's just not fair. I've somehow got Crimson Fatalis and I feel hard done to in this fucking battle.
I just think that everyone agrees, logically, that if the Crimson Fatalis has honey, then it's already over.
You make it sound like honey appears and Arzuros goes ultra instinct.
Like a mother moving cars out of the road to protect their babies.
Oh, time's up. Okay, get your pen and get out my face.
I don't want a phase.
Okay, you can have not a face.
Thank you, Mom.
All right, go. You better draw a beautiful Arzuros after that defending.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna try. That's all I could do, really. Crimson Fatalis has teeth, right?
At least 3.
Okay, well, that's the important thing.
That's a bad continuation of that line.
That's lovely. That's really lovely, is that? That's really cool. I'm glad I've created this.
Good. I'm happy for you. And for me, because I'll be able to look at it.
You will, and you'll enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it.
That's exactly how I was hoping.
What color is the teeth of a Crimson Fatalis?
White, I would assume. Maybe a paler beige-ish.
I like that I got a genuine answer. I can't remember what he looks like, if I'm honest with you.
So mean.
This is so silly. I've made a monstrosity. That'll do, right? Oh, he's got an underbelly.
Oh, probably.
5.
What do you mean 5?
4, 3, 2, 1.
God.
Time's up, but stop drawing. All right. 3, 2, 1. Go!
Excellent. I see we went to the same design school.
Don't you dare! There is leagues between what is a 5-year-old discarded Build-A-Bear failure,
right,
and at least kind of looks like Crimson Fatalis on a good day.
A sock puppet with a carrot impaling its forehead.
It's the one small horn and the one big horn.
It looks like the fucking dog from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. When he makes him a reindeer and he ties a little antler to his head.
He's angry and red.
Yeah.
You genuinely look like a bear that's going to come alive in a horror movie at night in the toy store and kill someone.
Yeah,
like,
but...
it is ghastly.
But he's got honey in his eyes. He's ready. He's fully enraged. This is the specific bear that will kill Crimson Fatalis. Like, if you compare these drawings, look at that flimsy little snake-like creature, and look at this big, creepy cookie monster on a rampage.
He looks so simultaneously sad and in pain, yet pleading for someone to just put him out of his misery.
Also sort of looks like a lake. Like if you put him on a map.
It does look a little bit like a lake. Like Arzuros.
Like with a weird island in the middle.
And a weird pink bridge.
Yeah, it's the fun bridge.
Just one little part. It's the fun bridge. The Arzuros fun tongue bridge. That's a bad name for a bridge.
This is what we get when we
Don't cross that. That's the Arzuros fun tongue.
This is what happens when we have tongue battles.
It's time to drop a beat. Count me in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm Crimson Fatalis, and I'm so full of malice because I've got a really big horn, and I really like...
How about that?
That's a weird thing to like, man. You shouldn't just announce that.
Just as why he's got such a big horn, you know. Every time it gets a bit bigger.
Okay.
So it's just letting Arzuros know. How can you fight back against that kind of intimidation factor?
Just fight back with pure determination.
All right, drop it. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, he's just a silly snake. You think this fight is funny? I'm gonna rip you apart and take your honey. Ah!
Oh, I hate it all so much. This is a mistake. We should have never brought Ultimate Turf War back. We've done something bad, and that's that.
I think this deserves to be in
So
the world.
there you have it, everybody. Let us know who's your champion twixt Ahtal-Ka and Gogmazios and Crimson Fatalis and Arzuros. 2 fair, even fights that are very much worth thinking about.
Think about it.
For now, though, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Consider supporting the future channel on Patreon down below. And until we meet again, a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.